Hi everyone, welcome to the channel, or welcome back if you're a returning watcher. I'm George, I'm the Good Lad Gamer, and today we're pulling Sacred Shards. It's a standard Sacred Shard pull. It's not a ×2 event, so that's a bit scary, but we are going to be pulling Sacred Shards for the summon rush needed for Fabian. Fabian's the fusion that's on at the moment, and I guess he's similar to the last guy that we had as the entertainer. I can't remember his name, but he's really good in PvP, but on the spot, I can't remember him. I'm going to be pulling 7 Sacred Shards on each of my accounts. I'm only going for the rare at the moment because I've got 16. You need about 13 Sacred Shards if you're going to be pulling Sacred Shards like I do. You're going to need about 13 to get the epic needed for the summon rush. I have enough on my Kale account, but I don't have enough on my Galek account. So I'm going to try and keep both of the accounts even, not pull more Sacreds than I need to. I will still be able to do the fusion. I always do. Touch wood. I always do. I definitely have enough resources. It's just about time for me. Do I have time to farm the dungeons, etc., etc.? But normally, I always get the fusion or fragment summons. And before I get into pulling the shards, guys, I just want to say if you enjoy my content and want to see more of it, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Subscribing makes a huge amount of difference to me. I've currently got about 290 subscribers, and the big number, the big milestone that I'm looking for is 300 subscribers. I know that with 300 subscribers, I'm making content that people actually enjoy and want to see more of. So like the video, subscribe to the channel. Let's get into pulling these Sacreds. So we're on the Kale account, and there is a ×10 event. I'm not going to pick anyone in particular. I would love an Elva. Is it Elva? Is that her name? Elva. And I would love more Rectors. So I'm not going to do anything else too extreme. They're revivers in there by the looks of things. But I would love an Elva. I've never got one of the ×10 champions, so I pick it just for the fun of it. But let's get into pulling these Sacreds. 7 on each of my accounts. I've made enough room for 7, so I can't go over. I won't go over. We got an epic straight out the gate. We got an Alaric, the Hooded. I'm no good at the names. Another epic. Visionary. Not interested in Visionary. Now, I got really bad luck. I did Primal Shards on my last video, and I got really bad luck because I always have on Primal, but I had to record it just in case I got a Mythical. I didn't get a Mythical, so hopefully we can get a Legendary at least in this. We've got a Toragi the Frog. I wouldn't mind a Legendary on each of the accounts, but I'm not sure if that'll ever happen. Will it ever be balanced? I don't know. Arndolf. Moving on from Arndolf. None of these. Maybe Toragi could be a good dupe to sort of, what do you call it, level up. +1, +2. Carlinia. Moving on. Come on, at least one legendary. At least one, and there we go. Is the Elva? Maybe I should start saying I'd never get the 10 times at the start of every video. Is an Elva Autumnborn? What a champion. What a great champion. Definitely will be going into one of my PvP teams for sure. Let me get familiar with her kit, and I'll be right back and we'll go through her kit together. So she's actually got quite a simple kit. I do just want to say, you know, what a cool looking champion. She's not wearing many clothes or many tree parts. But a great looking champion, a great design. Very reminiscent of the faction in Guild Wars 2, which I can't remember what they're called off the top of my head, but very reminiscent of that. So I'll go into our kit and we can go through it together, guys. So on her A1, attacks one enemy, places a 15% continuous heal buff for 2 turns on the ally with the lowest HP. On her A2, has a 75% chance of removing all debuffs from all allies. Places a block debuff buff and a 30% increased speed buff on all allies for 2 turns. And then on her A3, revives a target ally with 40% HP and 50% target meter, then places a 60% increased defense buff and a 50% increased attack buff on that ally for 2 turns. And then on her passive, heals each ally by 10% of their max HP at the start of their turn, places a perfect veil buff for 1 turn on the ally with the lowest HP, and ends the champion's at the end of this champion's turn. So I guess that's every turn. So she does a heal and she places a veil on every turn she does. And then she has an increased ally speed by 19% in all battles. So that is the legendary. I can't be happier with that. That's actually one of the legendaries on the list. So I'm pretty happy with that. I very rarely get a champion from the list. My made up list that I want them. I might not even use them, but I want them. And that is a cool one and a really, really strong champion to have. So moving on. Do we have any more room? We have one more sacred. Come on, game. Back to back. No, it's an epic. Of course, it's an epic. And we've got Therusk. Let's go with that. We'll go in and check the summoning rush points. Make sure that I got enough points. And as I said, I'm not going for this epic. The epic would need about 13 shards, 13 sacred shards, and I just don't have the shards on my other account to be able to do that. So we're going to go in with the rare, and I will collect him later and make sure he's locked up so I can actually use him when I need to. What I'll do, guys, I'll go on the other account and we'll do exactly the same over there. And here we are on the Galek account, and as you can see, only 8 sacreds on this one. I am certainly lacking in the sacreds department. I'm not going to pick Duchess. I'm going to go for an Elver again. And maybe the game will do me a favour, because I wouldn't mind an Elver on both of my accounts, I'm not going to lie. So I'm going to go for it again. Let's get straight into these shards. First one, a legendary straight out the bat. Oh. What is going on? What's going on? I actually don't know how to say this person's name, this champion's name. I do have her. Which account are we on? I think this is a dupe for me. Sissia. And this is a bit more of a wordy kit. So let me go through it, guys, and I'll go through the kit with you again. Okay. Sissia, Flame Tongue. Sikia. So someone correct me. Someone teach me how to actually pronounce words, because apparently I can't. So on her A1, and another great looking champion, by the way. Another great looking champion. The wings are great. Attacks one enemy 3 times. Each hit has a 15 chance of increasing the duration of a HP debuff on the target by 1 turn. On her A2, attacks all enemies, has an 80% chance of placing a 25% weaken for 2 turns, also has an 80% chance of placing a 60% decreased defense debuff for 2 turns if there are at least 2 enemies under HP burn. Then instantly activates the HP burn debuff on all targets and decreases the duration of those HP burn debuffs by 1 turn. So basically she's, as you can probably see from the way she looks, she's a HP burn absolute all out I don't know, HP burner. I don't know a better word to say it. She burns everything she touches. And then on her A3, places a HP burn debuff on this champion for 3 turns, then attacks all enemies. Has a 75% chance of placing a HP burn debuff on all enemies for 3 turns. Grants an extra turn if the HP burn debuff is placed on all enemies. And then her passive increases the champion's speed by 3 and damage inflicted by 3% for each ally and enemy under a HP burn debuff. If Cardiel is on the team, all allies will heal by 3% of their max HP from HP burn, instead of receiving damage and losing HP. And she increases all ally accuracy in all battles by 60. So another great champion. Two great champions in this video. I am pretty happy with that. And a legendary straight out the bat. And a legendary on both of my accounts. So I'm happy. This is good. I'm buzzing. What the hell is going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What is this? What is this? We got a Ray, another champion. She wasn't blessed with clothing. She's not rich enough to wear clothes, but a great looking champion. Let me go through Ray's kit. It looks like another I already know what Ray does. Ray is good. She has an AoE on all attacks, if I remember rightly. But let me go through her kit and I'll be right back. Okay, I've gone over the shock of having 2 legendaries back to back and 3 legendaries in this video. I'm going to go through Ray's kit. So on her A1, when ascended, attacks all enemies, has a 30% chance of placing a 60% decreased defense debuff for 2 turns. On her A2, attacks all enemies, inflicts 50% more damage against targets under debuffs. And then on her A3, attacks all enemies, removes all buffs, has a 50% chance of placing a freeze for 1 turn. and she increases all ally speed in dungeons by 33%. So a little she's not as impressive to me as the other two guys that I've got in this video, but it's a legendary nonetheless, all the same nonetheless. All the same, nonetheless. And I'm pretty happy about that. As you can tell, I'm so happy I can't really speak anymore. But that is Ray, third legendary of the video. Let's see if we get a fourth. Moving on. A fourth legendary would blow my mind. I can tell you that. Durandil. I reckon I said that right. Durandil. Moving on, though. He's an epic. I'm only interested in legendaries, as always. If this was a champion chase... so angry. And we got the Rector, which is great. She's great. Great champion. Yeah, great champion. Blood Feather. If you need a Blood Feather, someone commented on my last video. If you need a Blood Feather for Razin, I'm sorry. I got a Blood Feather instead. Ultimate Galek. Not interested. Moving on. The last one, I reckon. Oh, that delay then. That delay got me good. Wuzgar. Not interested in Wuzgar. What a guy. What a great guy. Let's go in and check those points. Make sure we got all the points I need. Make sure I got all the points I need. And I went on the wrong one. And there it is. The rare needed for Fabian. I haven't gone through Fabian's kit. Well, I'm not going to go through Fabian's kit on this video with you guys. If I'm recording at the time that I pull him, I will go through his kit with you. Pretty good. So guys, as you can tell from the reaction in the video, I'm pretty happy. 3 legendaries in one video. I'm pretty happy with that. It's very rare that I get that many legendaries, so I'm pretty buzzing about it. If you got any good champions or any game-changing champions for your account, please do let me know in the comments. Hopefully you did, and maybe I could give you a little bit of advice where I would use them and what they might be good for. And if you enjoy this content and want to see more of it, like the video and subscribe to the channel. As I said at the start, it makes a huge difference to me and it really proves that people want to see my videos. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.